A voluntary recall of millions of breathing machines used mainly to treat sleep apnea has many users wondering if they've been inhaling cancer-causing toxins in their sleep. The manufacturer Philips recalled the CPAP machines because of possible health effects. At least 25 million U.S. adults have sleep apnea, a potentially serious sleep disorder in which breathing repeatedly stops and starts. U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal is demanding answers about how many people are affected by the recall and what Philips is doing to help them. Our consumer investigative correspondent Anna Werner heard from some frustrated CPAP users. Anna, good morning.
Good morning, Jerika. Yeah, you know, people who use these machines literally need them at night to breathe. But they now face the choice of continuing to use a machine that the company says could actually hurt their health or going without, which means they won't be getting a good night's sleep.
There were times where I would literally fall asleep mid-sentence talking to someone because I was so exhausted from not getting sleep the night before.
James Colbert says that was his life 13 years ago, before he started using a CPAP machine, including, for the last 2 years, the Philips Dream Station.
I actually woke up refreshed and could go throughout the course of my day with, a ton of energy that I needed for work or, time with my family.
For people like Colbert who have sleep apnea, breathing repeatedly stops and starts throughout the night. A continuous positive airway pressure or CPAP machine pushes a steady stream of air into a user's nose and mouth, keeping airways open. But in June, manufacturer Philips voluntarily recalled millions of its popular CPAP machines, saying sound-dampening foam used in the Dream Station may degrade into particles and off-gas chemicals. The FDA says breathing those in could result in serious injury, which can be life-threatening or cause permanent impairment, ranging from irritation to asthma, even toxic or carcinogenic effects.
It's caused a lot of anxiety.
Dr. David Clayman directs the Sleep Center at UCSF and says many of his patients have recalled machines.
So what are you telling your patients to do?
I'm advising the more severe patients to stay on CPAP, and then I'm, to some degree, in the milder cases, letting them choose, because I also feel uncomfortable with saying I can't know that this is safe.
Josepha Kozira of Lehighton, Pennsylvania, relied on her Dream Station to sleep so she could provide round-the-clock care for her son Camille, who has muscular dystrophy.
She needs to bathe me, dress me, feed me, and I have a lot of exercises to do during the days.
But since the recall, she says her doctor advised her not to use the machine, and she's struggling without it.
I'm very tired. I'm very slow.
Josepha, how much sleep do you get without the machine?
When I don't have machine now, 2 hours, 3 hours.
Her son says Medicare turned her down for a replacement machine, and she can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars to buy a new one.
You need this.
Well, she called several times to her insurance, Medicare, and they're saying because it hasn't been 5 years, even though it's not her fault at all, they're not willing to pay for a new machine.
Philips now says it will replace or repair devices within approximately 12 months once the FDA approves a solution. It's unclear how many patients have suffered health effects. The company says it received complaints on 0.03% of its machines in 2020, including some the FDA sent about the presence of black debris or particles in some machines. Philips said its own testing revealed possible risks, which raises questions for Dr. Clayman.
Is this just the tip of the iceberg, or is this all there is?
As for James Colbert, he says the risks of not wearing the machine are greater than possible unknown health effects, so he's continuing to use his.
I cannot afford to not use it because I would get so little sleep, and if I slept without it, I would stop breathing so many times during the course of the night.
But he has a message for Philips.
To tell me that it could take up to a year, that's a year that I could be putting myself in jeopardy. People just cannot afford to wait 12 months for a resolution.
Well, Colbert has also now joined a lawsuit against the company. He says mainly to try to push them to act faster on this problem. Philips did not respond to our request for comment on this lawsuit. There is another issue going on here, too, which is that many people who have the machines use an ozone cleaning system to clean them, and that may be degrading this sound abatement foam even faster. And, Jerika, just to add another wrinkle to this whole thing, in April, the company came out with another machine called the DreamStation 2, which it says is not affected by this recall. So we've heard from a lot of people on this who are very, very upset and frustrated dealing with this.
Such important reporting, and I didn't realize it affected so many people. Thank you.